Absolute Ben finally finds the Omnitrix. We saw Chapter 1. Part 0 ended with Ben discovering a box from Grandpa Max while packing for a camping trip with Gwen and her parents. Inside the box was a letter and a strange bracelet, which brought Ben to tears. Now, in Chapter 1. Part 1, we see the family already at the campsite. Ben sitting by himself, reading a comic, when Gwen's mom asks her husband to fetch some firewood. Ben immediately volunteers, as he used to do it all the time for Grandpa Max as well. But before he can even finish his sentence, Gwen's mom cuts him off. You see, the whole reason Ben's on this trip is to help him deal with his grief of Grandpa Max's death. And that small interruption quietly keeps him from dwelling too much on the past. Gwen decides to tag along to collect firewood. While they're walking, she opens up to Ben, saying she misses Grandpa Max too. She admits there isn't a single day that passes without thinking about him, and explains how she coped by keeping herself busy. She focused on what she loved, spending time in the library or training at the dojo. Interestingly, there's no mention of her anodite powers, which makes you wonder, did they never awaken in this universe? Or is Gwen just a normal human here? Ben recalls his memories with Grandpa Max. We get a touching flashback of Max teaching Ben baseball, helping him with homework, and always being there for him. But then his tone shifts. He was my hero, but it seems like he wasn't yours. His words hit Gwen hard, and she quietly walks back to the campsite, clearly hurt. Now, alone in the woods, Ben talks to himself how everyone tries to make him move on, but he wishes he could talk to Grandpa Max one more time. That's when he spots something bright streaking across the sky, heading straight toward him. He panics, tries to run, but the object crashes nearby, leaving behind a massive crater. Want to know what else is massive? When the dust settles, Ben sees what looks like a satellite. He cautiously approaches it, and the moment he touches it, a robotic voice says, "DNA target locked." The pod opens up and grabs his hand, pulling it in. Ben struggles, but it's useless. Then he hears, "Beginning DNA coupling." He screams in pain, saying it burns. And then suddenly, the device releases him. And then we get our first look at the Absolute Universe's Omnitrix. It's quite interesting how they changed the DNA coupling part, as in the classic series, Omnitrix just jumps on Ben's wrist and it's done. But in this universe, the process feels raw and painful, more realistic, like a fusion, rather than a simple attachment. Ben, still in shock, inspects the strange device. Out of curiosity, he presses the dial down, and that's when it happens. The first transformation of the Absolute Universe. But wait, it's not Heat Blast. It's XLR8. This version of XLR8 looks incredible. Sleeker design, cooler faceplate. Another noticeable change is that it has 4 claws instead of 3. But Ben doesn't instantly master his powers. He can barely walk and struggles to control his movements. Spotting a nearby lake, he tries to approach it, but trips. Upon reaching, when he finally sees his reflection, he's horrified. Panicking, he sprints away at high speed, and we get an awesome action sequence of him darting through the forest before nailing a superhero landing. Just as he catches his breath, he spots a truck speeding toward him. The driver, seeing a strange blue alien in front of him, freaks out and swerves. The truck skids toward a cliff, and the driver realizes it's too late to brake. In that moment, Ben freezes until a familiar voice echoes in his mind. It's Grandpa Max, a flashback of Grandpa Max teaching him how to swim. Panicking will only make you sink. Stay calm and focus on your form. Trust yourself, Ben, even if you're scared. Hearing those words, Ben takes a deep breath and locks in. In a blur of motion, he dashes toward the truck, rips the door open, and saves the driver with his tail just seconds before the truck explodes. Meanwhile, back at the campsite, Gwen goes searching for Ben. She finds the crater where the mysterious object crashed and looks around in shock. But what she doesn't realize is that she's not alone. Behind her, rising out of the water, is a large mechadroid, its eyes glowing as it locks onto her. And that's where part 2 of chapter 1 ends. Will we finally see Gwen awaken her anodite powers? Will XLR8 return in time to save her? Or is something much worse about to happen? We'll find out soon in the next part. And trust me, things are only getting crazier from here.